And so they would take these private loans on top of the government loans, and then they get credit cards because their credit cards now high. Their
rate.
It's now high enough for the credit card numbers to get you. So they get these and they go buying these Birkin bags or whatever luxury item it was then, and they brag about it. And I'd ask them, be like, all right, so how you gonna pay this back?
And the whole bag costs $2,500 though. Tis I, Just Henry, the original, the one, the only, the strapping, the ready to be out of the box.
Outside of the box. Outside of the box.
Even though I like being in the box.
Even though he likes being inside of the box.
I'm so sorry. I'm trying to stay PG-13. So this is the Umpteenth View. Thank you for joining us again. This is the good cousin.
Wizard Wise in the flesh. And if you didn't know, now you know. We are jumping onto this question right fast, so I want to keep it fresh. Please ask that fantastic question again.
Pew, pew, 2020, 2022, pew, year to 22.
Pew, pew.
What is it, Annie Hammy, or she's funny. Anyway, I follow her on TikTok. All right. Two lovebirds meet and land on a branch. They form a love that transcends all clouds, judgment, and on goes the nuptials, or the proceedings to get there. The question was, when it comes to debt, when should that be discussed? Prior to nuptials, after we are already married and locked in, and who's responsible for said debt?
So this one hits home, right? Your boy and my wife, and it's 100%. So I met my wife my last year of college, that I was in graduate school. So without the context, off principle, the debtor, the person who accumulated this debt prior to meeting that person has to handle that.
Got it.
Why? Because when we talk about foundations of relationships, we need all your baggage on the table before we take it a step further. And I feel if you are hiding this and I found out later you got credit card bills, you got smoke. That's like cheating on me. I take it. That's
a deal breaker.
100%. 100. If Shorty got $2,000 in debt and she make $4,000 a month, understandable, right?
30.
Shorty got $20,000 in debt and she makes $4,000 a month, you got smoke.
Yeah.
That because not only does
where there's smoke, there's fire.
Because not only does that $4,000 not even take that off in the year time we spend together.
Yeah.
That's a long time. And now if we're talking about kids, which should be discussed prior to long-term stuff. Right. So we flip it back to me personally. I met my wife at my last year of college. I had student loans, right?
Yeah.
My wife was so educated, they was paying for her to get her education on. Right? Not your boy got scholarships my second year of college, not the first year. I got it my second year, and school was being paid for, but from time to time I take out more loans.
Okay.
I take out like the little I forgot what they call them, just extra money to do extra-ish, I guess. Like it was a bad decision, right? Because in retrospect, I probably wouldn't have done it nearly as much, but I had tons of float money and we was doing whatever we wanted to do. And I say we because I was with Shorty, like I told you before, in college. So we was doing whatever we want to do, help her get her car, so on and so forth. Now, mind you, like I said, whatever, like I just told you, whatever debt's paid that I started before I met my wife, I handle it. So even though we share joint account, which is relevant because we were just talking about that, I'm always in a position to where no matter what I'm doing, I have enough money to cover that, and she never has to spend no money on that. That is my responsibility, period. Now, I ain't had no credit card debt. I ain't had none of that stuff with the high interest rates. Student loans are a different ball game. So it's different. But if you, as a person, I don't care how much in love you are, as an individual, you got to think about that. Because even if you're happy for today, 15 years later, that $15,000 debt is now $45,000 debt, and it's still bearing down on you. You don't want that. Right. That's negative energy. You do not need it, and them credit card companies do not care. They don't care.
You're saying that debt prior to nuptials is the debtors. There's
the indebted. There's
the indebted. We'll say that.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't know if that's it.
Responsibility to care for.
100%.
Or even ask me for help.
Mm-mm.
You know what I'm saying?
I think
Merry Christmas.
that's great. But as Just Henry like to speak on honor and dishonor, that is dishonorable for that person to allow your potential mate to pay for something that they were not around for. That's just something I would never do that.
He on fire, y'all.
That's not what's up. That is not what's up, because that's like, I just think it's baggage, man. Like, I can't respect somebody who expects me to pay their debt and I'm just met you, G. Like, it just couldn't. It's different. Like you say, you get a Christmas gift and you surprise, hey, let me help you out. You say that for the movies, G, because in reality, that's not really happening. So,
post nuptials, if I'm just gonna anticipate, if there's new debt we acquire together,
we handle
this is
together.
Us
100%.
Boom, got it.
Like
prior
medical
to,
bills and things of that sort.
Your part of the budget, but you gotta come up with that.
I always have to put myself in a position where that will always be handled.
I'm telling y'all, when it comes to honor and balance, it is necessary to have balance. Oh my goodness. Because you don't want any party to feel, one, like they got the one up on, they're dominating. And then two, you don't want the other to feel beneath, less than. Because I was gonna say submissive, but we know that's a different context.
Yeah.
Hey yo.
Context. Hey yo. I love it.
I got it.
So good. It's so good. You got me. That's for sure. 100%.
Watching our stuff. You know. But I thought it was important to kind of bring that up, because a lot of people in the relationship game are worried about, like, we'll just say from the men's perspective, they're worried about women that first off have the mentality of you gotta pay to play, you gotta buy this, do this, blah 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 blah, fly me here, fly me there. I'm thinking that those young persons also think that it's the other person's obligation or responsibility to pay for that debt too, as in just bring it on. Like, first off, how do you get more than $20,000 to $50,000 in debt?
Especially when you're working at Wendy's.
Before you even get, this is not even a school thing. This is just straight credit card debt. Like, how do you get loans and credit card debt? Is it that many different places that you've done this over and over and over again? I don't get it, nor is it my job to, because I agree with the good cousin that if you bring this with you, this is yours to bear. And I'm also a firm believer that this is a 2-paycheck household. That's just the way
we've talked about those relationships a lot.
I'm just saying, my paycheck, we can live off of this paycheck. We can live off of this one paycheck if you want to. Now listen, I'm from the islands, you know. I'm from St. Thomas, United States Virgin Islands, a part called Bordeaux, Fortuna even. The literally end of a dirt road became paved after I left. So therefore, Karma, I am cool with living on the side of a beach with a fishing rod.
Living their best life, just embracing nature,
washing the same clothes over and over again in the beach. I'm good. Make myself a little boat. Let me go get this come back. Matter of fact, I ain't even gotta leave short of to fish. Like let it ride. I'm not trying to be out there where I don't like swimming deep. I'm comfortable like
bitten
that.
by a shark.
I don't need all. I have dreads. Literally, I only shaved because society says they want to look upon a clean face. So I'm like, I don't want to scare people away. I'm just saying. Nonetheless, do you have anything?
More? Sure.
Well, yes, sir. You bloody well asked. Oh, bloody well answered.
This was such a fantastic question because I had met some pretty decent women in my lifetime, and especially when I came of age, when I was in school, I knew women who were like, I befriended women who were like, take out all these stupid loans in school, and they're taking out private loans. So if you savvy on the education bill, the government got their system of loans with the low interest rates, and you take private loans super big. And then on top of having these private loans, because you're in student, like it's a trap, right? But you got to know how it works. It's undoubtedly a trap to get you. Creditors get you because while you on loan, your credit score goes up because you're taking these loans and you doing all that stuff. So they see you as a potential prospect, and so they would take these private loans on top of the government loans, and then they get credit cards because their credit cards now high. Their
rate.
It's now high enough for these credit card numbers to get you. So they get these and they go buying these Birkin bags or whatever luxury item it was then, and they brag about it. And I'd ask them, be like, all right, so how you gonna pay this back?
And the whole bag costs $2,500 though. One bag. I hear you. It's a nice bag. The stitching, the quality of the leather, the smell of it. It smell rich. I know it. I get it. It look fantastic on your arm. I get but the rest of your life does not match that bag. It's just like living in Section 8 and driving the newest M-Class Mercedes. How, Sway?
How, Sway?
Take a few steps back to go.
You ain't got the answers, man. You ain't got the answers. You ain't got the answers. You ain't got the answers, Sway.
Kanye.
I've been doing this more than you.
Explain that to me.
Oh my God.
I would drive this hoopty until the wheels fall off, dented, scratched, rusted, busted. I just saw a TikTok where Buddy said I felt something hit my foot while I was driving. My man pulled up the mat and you could see the road. It rusted through and stuck to the mat. My man was yabba dabba doing it all day.
Straight Flintstone, I love it. I love
hilarious, man. I'm just saying, I live frugal. I just got this shirt today for you guys.
See?
I just wanted to, my cup of noodles.
Y'all gotta appreciate that.
I'm just saying, I got this for you guys. I want to look good for you guys. I can put Carmex on for you guys. What you mean?
I've always had a very simple understanding with money. I ain't grow up in the Islanders. I ain't grow up at the end of the road, but I was first world broke. First world impoverished, literally at the bottom, right?
Matter of fact, when we get here, that's where we were.
So I've always understood two things when it comes to spending money. I spend money to make money. And if I cannot make money from spending, I'm not gonna do it. So take, for example, I've never really purchased anything like clothes because it depreciates. I would never buy a Tesla, whatever expensive car is, when I could buy a Honda Civic and do the same thing. And I love driving, right? I do. It's just, I've always been that simple minded. So purse to me, never worth it. Jacket to me, never worth it. A Gucci belt, never. When I could buy this Dollar General belt and still pull as many girls as the dude rocking the Gucci belt.
Man, I don't wear a watch. I don't wear jewelry. None of that. I
like my digital watch though.
See, that's not.
It's not a Rolex. That's fair enough. And
that thing is not one of those things that people are like, man, yo, that's a hubba babba watch, man. Limited edition. Yeah. There's only about 17 of those on the planet.
This watch is incredible.
You got one? Who are you? How'd you get that money to do that and be able to just wear it? Wear security around you. Okay, well, let us stick them up, buddy. I'm joking.
One of the girls did get their expensive bag stolen from their dorm. But the irony is that you living in a dorm with this really expensive bag.
And guess who sees you? Everybody.
Everybody, your whole
The harder you flash, the harder you get flashed on. Thank you, Common.
Yeah. But yeah, that's the thing. So
was that Common or Most Def?
I don't know. It's one of the two.
One of the two.
It's one of the two. That sounds like some prolific that they would say, yeah, 100%.
I'll tighten myself up later. My bad.
But wrapping all this up, because we don't want to make the video too long.
No. Keep this one short.
It's all about if when you set up the foundations, because we are always stressing, well, at least I am, setting up. I don't like speaking for nobody else.
I'm against marriage. I'm against love. I don't like it.
I feel like we can really talk about, well, one of these days we'll talk about the difference between marriages and regular relationships, because a lot of these people be expecting marriage stuff out of regular relationships, and I think that's just as healthy.
I get it.
So when you set up a relationship with anybody, because it's time invested. Foundations. Whatever you brought prior to me, you take responsibility. Like a kid, you can say, okay, that's your child first and foremost.
Right.
I'm coming into that.
Right.
Now, of course, you expect to say, all right, well, I'm gonna love your child as much as you love your child. I'm gonna help your child when you need to help child. I'm gonna help you guide that child. Right. It's the same thing with that. The responsibility doesn't necessarily fall on the other person. Right.
Right. At the end of the day.
Right.
I love that saying.
Like I would never expect, say my wife and I get divorced, I still got Say Ray first and foremost my priority. That person has to accept that that's in my life, that child. But it's not, I won't rely on you at the end of the day to do things for my child. That's my responsibility first and foremost.
Matter of fact, I was watching another podcast where they were speaking about the difference between a man dating a woman with a child and a woman dating a man with a child. As far as who has the most, who is expected socially, who's expected to do more. When a man comes into a relationship with a woman with a child, the woman expects that man to financially support that child, emotionally support that child, help rear that child. But if it's the flip of the coin, the man that has a child, the woman coming in, he's more of the director when it comes to all of that. Matter of fact, it's more okay for her to be standoffish. You don't have to, it's not stressing on you, on the lady. She's not obligated to be, gung-ho about the child. That's what is being said. Have I observed it? Not to where the woman was just completely oblivious to the relationship and not a part of the child's life. It was just more like it was different. It wasn't as involved, I'll say. Like it wasn't as devout. Have you ever seen those court cases where the paternity court cases, right? Where they find out you are not the father, of which I wanted to do
we can definitely do that. Y'all, somebody getting sued.
I want to see those all day. But
yeah, we can definitely do that.
You're not the father, but he's like, well, ain't nothing gonna change. I'm gonna still be a part of that baby's life.
I applaud that, brother, but no.
I don't agree with it.
100% not.
But at the same token, I hear what you're saying.
I applaud you
because you've developed a bond with this person.
Investing in their life, 100%.
Just happens to be a child. So I get it. It's just. It's a difficult situation to even fathom, to be able to say, all right, there is a difference. But I'm just saying it's been spoken on.
Yeah, I don't.
As far as the difference between the man and the woman.
I don't personally know. Like I can't. I'm gonna be 100 with you. Like if I divorced my wife, I'd have smoke for somebody else trying to play daddy to my daughter, right? And I know my wife would feel the same to somebody that's trying to play mother to her child. So that's just me. So like I said, with the deadest things, there's certain things you can never disrespect my child in front of me. You will never discipline my child in front of me. But yes, I don't personally know. That again, what comes before me, you should mostly handle. And it's that simple. Like obviously, if you're going broke paying your debt, I'm obviously gonna feed you because you can rely on me.
I'm not gonna let you fall.
It's one of those things. But the fact is, I'm still respect you and give you so much love because you are going broke to make sure that your debt is paid, and I don't have nothing to do with that. So
I get that.
If that makes sense.
No, it makes perfect sense.
Got anything final thoughts?
I just think, hey, uncross y'all's eyes, undot your T's, and just, watch TikTok more often. I'm just playing that. Watch the Umpteenth View more often. Y'all should comment. Let us know how you feel about this. And matter of fact, hit us up. We got the little Twitter, down there. Yeah. Inbox us if you got any videos, ideas, whatever.
All of it. Send videos, send conversations. We with it. Eventually, we gonna get to the point where y'all see the little typical, they say subscribe.
Right.
Ding!
All that.
All that. I promise you, we only gonna get better.
Every day. Was that good effect to end it?
Yeah. I'll cut it. Like if you wanted to.